I do my stopping deal a little bit different than some other people. One of the things I never rely on for stopping is speed. I always teach my horses just out of a slow motion to make a big move. I guess best way to put it is I'd like, when I go at 0 speed, I want them to make a +1/2 move. When I go on +1/2 speed, I want them to make a +1 move. So I always try to teach them comfortably to try really hard. So basically that would look something like this, just out of a walk or a trot, like just a small jog, push up in there. Well, see how the horse right there, out of just a small jog, she makes a really big move. To me, that's important, where they just learn, not just because they're going fast and they hit that big shoe and their hind legs slide away from them. For me, it's important to teach them to really push down and get down there and stay down there. So I spend a lot of time just playing with it at a lower speed, but teaching them to make a bigger move. The approach to the stop for me, a lot of that is the confidence of the horse. If the horse is not scared of the stop itself and knows it's not going to hurt and knows you're going to do the same thing every time when you get down there, they'll just get really comfortable running down there. It's easy for them. A lot of the wiggle goes away and they just run down there with confidence. Once they get to that point where they're just unafraid, they run down there, they know you're just going to say, whoa, they just get really comfortable, really start melting into that ground nice. As far as for me to get one to run straight, a lot of that again has to do with the confidence of the horse. A lot of horses, when they kind of scared of what's coming up to stop, they kind of start avoiding it and they kind of start ducking and diving. For me, the easiest thing always is, like especially once you get them one-handed, is just show them, you know, where to go, keep them straight between those reins, and then just use your legs to correct that body. And that usually straightens them out pretty quick for me. As far as a horse wanting to be a little bit front-endy in the stop, a big part of that sometimes I think is these horses, they're bred to stop. They're about 4 generations top and bottom reining horse bred by now, so they know what to do. I think the biggest part is stay out of their way. A lot of the time when you go sit and watch at the practice pen, a lot of people, they spend so much time pulling them into the ground, and you can see where the mare's head and neck goes. You pull too hard, you limit that motion in the shoulder, so that chin comes too far to the chest right there. Those front legs, they can't move. So for me, it's always very important, after you got that little deal on there where you can pick up and say, okay, that's stop right there, that's come back to me. But then don't overdo it to where they get so over-bridled where their shoulders can't move. So the biggest thing for me is just teach them how to do it on their own on a loose rein. And then I like to back mine up quite a bit, really elevate those shoulders. And that's kind of how I free up their front end. Once they learn how to just right there, stay down there and do it on their own and back up right there. And once they back up, lift those shoulders up towards you. That's when that front end quits hitting. Biggest thing is if the head goes down, can't have the shoulders go with it. So if the head's down there, I got to be able to still pick up those shoulders right here and move them. That's where the front end will start breaking loose. You know, I get my horses to stop on a loose rein basically by just counting on my other 2 cues, you know, being able to really like walk them out there, drive, and when I take those legs out, that horse, everything comes straight back to me, and that's just off my legs. So when I can get them right there, when they just listen to my legs and they read my cues, and basically the biggest thing is I stay the same every time. I try not to change. That installs confidence in them. It's not like one time I'll pull real hard and the next time I'll kick and then pull, and I try to run them to that stop exactly the same way every time. And then the other big thing for me is if you spend your time in the beginning getting that little draw on them where you can say, hey, come here, and then the verbal cue, whoa, and then being able to take your legs off. Them good ones, when you go to show them, you can really show them off. You just use 2 out of your 3 cues. You just drive down there, whoa, and you take your legs off. And that's, you see this mare here, how she just starts really hunting that spot down there. That's her little happy place. She likes to put her head right there, but we'll get them to where you don't have to pull on them. That's where that comes from.